Hello everyone, I am Dr. Ami Raval and I am back with my video on very important topic. Though it is simple, it is very important. Today it will be like a question answer session. I will discuss all the common questions which my patients ask me throughout the pregnancy. In these tough times when you have limited access to your gynecologist, I would like to help you with my suggestions on the simple problems you face during pregnancy. Now, whenever a patient is diagnosed with pregnancy, their relatives and the patient's first question is always, what should I eat in pregnancy and how much should I eat in pregnancy? Now, what to eat in pregnancy is a very vast topic, and I have already uploaded a diet in pregnancy video. You can easily get access to my video on my Facebook page. Now, how much to eat is very important question. In initial first 3 months, you do not need to increase much of your calorie requirement, because in initial 3 months your baby is very small and you may feel various symptoms which will not allow you to eat much. So you should continue regular food habit in the first 3 months. You should take care that the food you eat is healthy, homemade, with no artificial food colors, and it should be a balanced diet. Initially, after 4 months, you should gradually increase your calorie requirement along with the medical supplements you are given from your gynecologist. Now, second common question which I face routinely is how much weight gain is normal in pregnancy. Now, weight gain is variable according to your pre-pregnancy weight. Initially, in the first 3 months, you need to gain in the entire 3 months only 1 kg. Starting from 4th month to 9th month, you need to gain 1 to 2 kg per month. But if your BMI is high, then you do not need to gain so much of weight. Around 6 to 7 kg in entire pregnancy is more than enough to stay healthy throughout the pregnancy. Third most common question which I face, that are the symptoms occurring in pregnancy normal? Which are those symptoms? Nausea, vomiting, indigestion, gas trouble, constipation are these common problems, and some amount of pain around the umbilicus in the abdomen and in the lower abdomen, and some amount of white discharge occurring through the vagina. These symptoms are considered to be normal in pregnancy. You can have some lifestyle changes in order to decrease these symptoms, like you should take plenty of water throughout pregnancy. You should take a balanced diet. You should increase the fiber content of your diet. Take plenty of curd and buttermilk in your lunch. Increase salad. Take small but frequent meals. Do not eat too much together. Do not lie down immediately after eating. Take a 10 to 15 minutes walk after your meals, and it should be about after 1 hour of having your meal. Now, another most common question is increase in the frequency of urination. Frequency of urination increases in the first 3 months, then it becomes normal from 3 to 6 months, and then again in the last trimester when your baby increases in your size and the baby's head is getting fixed into your pelvis, then at this time there is increase in the urge of urination. It is totally normal. Don't worry about it. But you can do is you can have a good amount of water intake up till 8 p.m. and in the night you decrease your water intake. This will also help you a lot. Another most common question which I face is, doctor, why swelling is occurring in my legs and why I am having leg cramps? Now, leg cramps and swelling both are normal in pregnancy, but your BP checkup should be regular with your gynecologist, because once BP is in normal range, that is 120 to 80, maximum up to 130/80, then swelling is considered to be normal in pregnancy. Generally, swelling starts after 5th month of pregnancy. This swelling decreases in the morning and then gradually it increases. What you can do to decrease leg cramps and swelling is, first change your habit of sitting. Sit with a straight posture. Then second thing is, do not keep your legs suspended for a long time in traveling or at your office work. Have a habit to sit with your legs straight whenever possible with one or two pillows over it. This will help to decrease swelling and leg cramps. Also, you should do simple calf muscles and leg exercises like this. The calf muscles up and down your feet like this, which increases the blood circulation, and then gradually leg cramps and swelling will decrease. But when your swelling is not decreasing, it is increasing with puffiness of face, swelling under the eyes, with decrease in the urination or blurring of vision or headache, you definitely need to consult your doctor for checkup of your blood pressure. Now another question is, why this swelling occurs? It occurs because of the increase in the blood flow and because of the increase in the size of your blood vessels. So the blood gets stagnant, and as the blood gets stagnant, the deoxygenated blood causes pain and leg cramps. Another thing is, you can take medical supplements like vitamin E, L-carnitine are those supplements which can be taken in your pregnancy after consulting your gynecologist. It will also help you a lot. Now second, another question which I face is, doctor, can I continue my work? Can I continue my job or yoga or exercises? Yes, definitely. A healthy pregnant woman can continue all those jobs, all office work, all routine household work, yoga and exercise. But 2 to 3 things you need to take care about is, you should not do heavy weight lifting, you should not do yoga and exercises which includes abdominal compression, it should not increase your comorbid conditions like diabetes, hypertension or any heart diseases if a pregnant woman is facing. Or there are certain contraindications to exercise and office work which your gynecologist can suggest you. 1 or 2 I am telling you is, first is bad obstetric history, repeated abortions, or having a low-lying placenta or placenta previa, and a twin pregnancy with cervical circlage, or a patient is having precious pregnancy like test tube baby pregnancy, right? All these things you should take care, and your gyne can explain you according to your condition. But yes, you can continue. Another question is, doctor, can I travel in pregnancy? In the first 3 months, we prefer that you do not travel much, right? And after 3 months, you can travel. Traveling is safe. In train is the most safe. Second is flights and buses. You can travel in your private vehicles also. Whenever you travel by your car, seat belt is compulsory. Most important thing is the horizontal part of your seat belt should be below your belly so that it doesn't cause any abdominal compression. Another question is, doctor, how much to sleep and how to sleep in pregnancy? Now, how much to sleep is very important. You should have a minimum of 8 hours of sleep with minimum 1 hour of rest during the daytime. Posture is very important while sleeping. We do not advise to sleep on your abdomen. If you have a habit of sleeping like that, you can use 2 soft pillows below your abdomen so that it doesn't cause abdominal compression. But as pregnancy advances, we advise you to sleep on either of your side, right, left, or lateral or left lateral. Left lateral is more preferable to sleep on left side. Why? To sleep is on left lateral is more beneficial because of the 2 scientific reasons. First thing is, it decreases the supine hypotension syndrome which occurs in pregnancy. In simple language, it prevents you for sudden fall in blood pressure. Second thing is, it increases the blood flow to your uterus so that it increases the blood flow to your fetus, and your fetus gets a proper blood supply and oxygen supply to grow properly, and the amniotic fluid around it also continues to be produced in normal level. So left lateral position is very good to sleep in pregnancy. Now another is not the last question, but very important question is, many of the patients, though they feel shy, they ask me कि doctor, shall I remain sexually active during pregnancy? To remain sexually active in pregnancy is not contraindicated. You can be sexually active, but again it comes with some of the contraindications, like if you have previous abortions, if you have repeated vaginal infections, or you are suffering from lower lying placenta, or there are some indications in which, or you have a cervical incompetence, or you have twin pregnancy, there are some indications in which your doctor will advise not to be sexually active. Otherwise, being sexually active is not contraindicated in pregnancy. You can be. Okay. Now, another thing we commonly face is, patient tell me that, doctor, will I end up in a normal delivery or I will end up to a cesarean section? See, from beginning of the pregnancy, your doctor cannot tell you whether you will be ending up in a normal or a cesarean section. There are one or two indications in which once you are pregnant, doctor can tell you that you will definitely require a cesarean section, like a patient has a very short height, or a patient has a test tube baby with twin or triplet pregnancy, or you already have a previous 2 cesarean sections. There, except these few indications, no gynecologist can suggest you it from the beginning. At the end of the 9 months, the doctor gradually can suggest you what are your chances for normal delivery. But even after onset of the labor, and when your doctor says that now you may deliver within few hours, then also at any point of time, because of few indications which occur only during labor, like a baby passing meconium, or there is fetal distress due to maybe any reason like meconium or uterine compression or placental abruption, or there are various reasons because of which it may harm to your baby, and a gynecologist have to have you and your baby healthy, so we may suggest a emergency cesarean section. So this question, whether I will go for normal or cesarean, cannot be totally decided from the starting of your pregnancy. Now, another thing is, how many times a cesarean section can be done? Normally they ask me, but cesarean section can be done for 3 to 4 times without much risk, but cesarean section itself is operative procedure, and to have more number of cesarean section is not good for health of a female patient. So we suggest to have 1 or 2 planned babies, and if you have more than that, then cesarean section can be done, but it comes along with the various risks. Right now, second thing is, what can we do in order to increase our chances for normal delivery? Now, actually there is no such thing you can do to increase your chance for normal delivery. Yeah, but being regularly active throughout your 9 months helps, and in the last 2 to 3 months, being active, doing yoga poses and eating healthy helps you to build the strength which you will require during labor. And it also, yoga and exercise will help the baby's head in cephalic position to engage in the pelvis and give you at least a good trial of normal labor. Right, all these are the questions which I routinely face. Now I will conclude my session, and if all those viewers who saw my video and who feel that there are some more questions you need to know about it, then you can definitely ask me through message, or you can call me on my hospital number which is already mentioned on my Facebook page, or you can give me a comment or a review on my Facebook page. Okay, thank you. I will be back with my video within few days. most likely my video will be on the hygiene of the private parts of female, which is very important nowadays to know the actual method about keeping and the normal hygiene of the female genital tract. Thank you for listening to me. See you soon.